Hola, hola. My name is Ramon, cosmetic chemist, esthetician, lover of all things skincare, and here we are talking about our favorite skincare of 2022. Specifically, we're talking about my favorite moisturizers of 2022. If you haven't already, go back and watch my favorite cleansers, my favorite toners and essences, and my favorite serums and treatments. That'll be up in the card right here. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, notification bell to know when the rest of my favorite of 2022 videos come out, because if I'm not mistaken, next is sunscreen, which is a hot category. For today's video being moisturizers, I'm gonna have this in order of lightest texture to richest texture. So think maybe more oily skin to more dry skin appropriate. I'll have everything down below in the description box as always. But let's get into it, talking about some of my favorite lightweight gel texture moisturizers. First one I have is from Purito. This is the Purito Breeze Water Gel Cream. Full disclosure, I did do an ad for this summer, but this is a very light gel texture moisturizer, super lightweight, melts into the skin, really focuses on hydrating, but also has this really nice cooling sensation. And what I really like about it is the fact that it has an ingredient that's not menthol that helps create that sensation. And I only say that because menthol can be kind of irritating, and also menthol just has a very like stick your head in a fridge kind of sensation in my opinion. This feels very gentle on the skin, but it does have a very noticeable cooling effect. I remember when my boyfriend and I first tried it, we were like, oh, like I feel this. I feel cooled. But mostly what I appreciate is just a very, very lightweight gel moisturizer that melts into the skin, isn't greasy, isn't too shiny, and this fits the bill for me. Next up, a new launch from Stratia. This is the Stratia Interface. I love Stratia. Full disclosure, I have a personal relationship with the brand. But when it comes to Stratia, I like the brand owner Ali's approach to how she creates products, because she really looks at what does not exist on the market, what is a hole that I can potentially fill with a product. And I was very interested to see this launch. This is a peptide focused moisturizer. I talked about on my channel, peptides to me are a very interesting ingredient category because a lot really has to be said for how the ingredient is delivered and if it's able to penetrate, if you're able to see the benefits. But also peptides as an ingredient category is very large. Fundamentally, what you're able to get from most peptide products is just hydration. Peptides are great humectants, but you can have peptides that obviously target things like fine lines and wrinkles. Some of them target pigmentation. Some of them help aid in specific enzymatic processes in the skin that could aid in exfoliation. So a lot goes on. Fundamentally though, this is a very lightweight gel moisturizer that really helps to hydrate. They did some encapsulation and some penetration enhancing with these peptides. Again, I'm not the person to test peptides to talk about fine lines and aging, but what I will say is this is a nice lightweight gel moisturizer that fits really nicely into Stratia's ingredient product categories. This layers beautifully over their rewind serum. It also fits nicely underneath their liquid gold if you want to go that approach. But I just really like this in their product category, and I was very surprised this was the launch that she went with, but I think it's a really great product, and I just love a lightweight gel moisturizer, as I mentioned. Especially because it is so simple, it just really focuses on hydration and moisturization. Next up from Pyunkang, this was a product I think I got sent in PR last year, and I just never used it, and then I started accumulating more products from this specific line. This is their Calming Moisture Barrier Cream, and when I was starting Tret, I was desperate for anything that was able to like really moisturize my skin, and I saw a barrier cream and I was like, oh, perfect, this is exactly what I need. And then I used it and I'm like, this is a lightweight gel moisturizer, like a light gel cream moisturizer, but it's nicely soothing, and that's where it really came into play, was when my skin was irritated from Tret and from shaving, and I was peeling and I was dry. This was a product that I reached for a lot because it really helped to bring down the redness, and it was a nice moisturizing step that wasn't heavy, so this was great for daytime specifically. This features Centellus with its nice soothing benefits. I believe this is niacinamide free as well, which is something I've been pointing out in a lot of my videos because I know a lot of you guys don't like niacinamide, but this was a really nice surprise. And it says barrier cream, but it's a light gel cream at best. They also have, I believe it's like a balm version of this, and I think that's the richer version. But this was just a really pleasant surprise to me, and I've almost emptied this bottle. This is something I've actually brought with me on a few trips while I travel, and it's just a nice straight to the point moisturizer that is more soothing. So these two fit in a very similar world to me. This is more just streamlined hydration. This is more soothing, if that makes sense. Next two are from Naturium, and they're very different products in my opinion. First one I have is their Skin Soothing Recovery Lotion. This was under like the dry skin soothing line that had like the marshmallow based products. The reason why I like this a lot is because this was something I reach for a lot when my skin is very irritated and very red. I did a video on Instagram where I tried a product, I think it was a sunscreen, that really burned my skin, and I had these really bad red patches right here around my eyes. I put this on, and within half an hour, that redness was like pretty much completely subsided. And this whole line really focuses on that soothing element. There is like a richer version of this in a jar that's like marshmallow root something. That one's a nice product, but it feels like a paste. It can be very, very rich, and I like to use it at night, but this is one I can use day and night. It works all the time. It's a nice lotion texture that really sets into my skin, and it moisturizes, but also soothes. So I really like that texture and that benefit from it. Soothing products are very, very crucial in my routine, especially considering how many products I use and thus how often I really mess up my skin. mine. But I think this might take the crown as like my favorite product launch of the year from Naturium, maybe in general. This is their Salicylic Acid Moisturizer. And again, full disclosure, I do have a personal relationship with Susan and the brand, so just know that. But this is interesting to me because it's very rare when you see a salicylic acid product that's not, first of all, straight at 2%, which is the max you can see over the counter, but that's a considerable amount of salicylic acid. This is 0.75%, so it's a lot lower of a percentage. And why I like that is because it gives you the option to be able to use this on a daily basis. And once my skin got acclimated to Tret and I was able to use this a lot more frequently, I really saw an improvement in my texture and my comedone, so like my breakouts basically. And the fact that you are able to use this daily is where this really stands out to me, just because having oily, acne-prone skin, I like to see a product I can use very, very regularly to target my breakouts and help to maintain my breakouts. So that's why I really like this. The only thing I do not like about this is the smell. It smells nasty to me, and I can't describe what that scent is. That's the only place this really just falls short for me. So if sensory is a big factor for you, just know this does smell. But I can use this every day now, even still using my Tret and other exfoliants and other actives, no irritation. And I like to use this under my sunscreen. And this is something I can see myself using a lot during the summer, just because salicylic acid is great for oil and shininess. I think another thing that is a little bit of a to me is that this isn't a little bit more of a lightweight gel texture. This is kind of a straight lotion texture. It's not greasy, it's not oily on the skin, but if this is a little bit more lightweight, this would be like a home run for me. And now let's get into the rich textures. These are for when you want a rich moisturizer, maybe like a night cream texture, or maybe you just have more dry skin. First one I have is another one from Purito. This is their Dermide Relief Barrier Moisturizer. When this launched alongside 2 other products, and to me, this was just the standout. Really is just because this has a specific quality of being a rich moisturizer without being very, very rich. It's also not hyper emollient the way like a lotion is. There's a lotion that launched alongside this that is a true lotion. And that I think is because this features some more lightweight waxes and lightweight silicones, so it's still occlusive. So you get that nice benefit of a rich moisturizer without it being super heavy on the skin and without being super shiny, super greasy. That's why I like this. It gives me a little bit of versatility where I could potentially use this during the day without being so shiny and without it being so nasty on my skin, but also I can layer this up and it's great for nighttime moisturization. That's why I love this the most. And then the last one is from Henriksen. This is their Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer. Full disclosure, I did do an ad for this, but why I like this is this gives me versatility. So when you see it in the bottle, it has a texture like coconut oil when it's solid. Then the minute you touch it, it just melts down into this really nice like gel cream texture. So it's super light on the skin, but it moisturizes very richly. This also has like 8 peptides in there. And as I mentioned, peptides just really give me hydration. They really boost skin hydration, support skin moisturization. You also have a bunch of amino acids in here as well that again fortify those benefits. So again, this is something I reached for a lot while I was on Tret, and I really just needed something to support my moisture barrier, but also as like a sensory benefit. This smells like a mango or passion fruit sorbet. It also, the texture of it also kind of falls in line with that. So this is just a really nice moisturizer for me to use in a sensory element. And overall, yeah, it like hits a lot of the ticks that I like. It feels nice, it smells nice, it's fun to use just because of the texture thing. And the versatility for me is really, really important. So a light layer of this during the day is nice because it moisturizes without being too heavy. Also, it's not greasy. It leaves like a satin finish on the skin. But then at night, I can really layer it up to get rich nighttime moisturization. And it's not greasy, it's not sticky. Like I'm not sticking to my pillow. Does that make sense? And with that, that was my favorite moisturizers of 2022. A broad category, but I like moisturizers. My skin needs a lot of different things at different times of the year, and I like having variety. And moisturizers can be very, very simple, like some of these were, or be a lot more intricate. So let me know down below in the comment section, what were some of your favorite moisturizers of this year? What are some things you want to see from moisturizers in 2023? Let me know in the comment section. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you see when I post the rest of my favorite skincare products of 2022, because next is sunscreens, and that's going to be a 2-part video, so stay tuned for that. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, so that you see when I post more skincare, sunscreen, and fancy related content on my channel. Give the video a thumbs up, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.